On Castrol Speed Machine, we go trackside to the new Gosford Showground Speedway for the Clash of Champions. Some of the hottest riders from New South Wales, Queensland and New Zealand line up in one of Speedway sidecar racing's night of nights. Yes, weather conditions at the Gosford Showground Speedway perfect for the 1993 Clash of Champions. I'm David Tapp. Nice to have your company wherever you might be watching around the country. Tonight, an all-star cast of the fast gathering at the 302-metre venue for this very prestigious event. One of them is all the way from Queensland. In fact, the reigning Queensland sidecar champion, Phil Rowan. Phil, a barnstorming win last weekend to take out that Queensland title.
Yeah, thanks very much. It wasn't an easy one. We only had 2 meetings prior to that to get the bike ready. And we had a few problems to start with, but it all fell together on the night.
It's your first time at the brand new Gosford venue. How are you feeling about that?
I'm nervous, I think, like everyone else. It's a bit smaller than what we're used to, but I think we'll adapt fairly quickly.
Yes, indeed, Phil Rowan will be a hard one to stop tonight in the 1993 Clash of Champions. A good crowd here despite rain this afternoon, and the first event now coming your way. Peter Selk in the white helmet colour will start from the inside. Dave McDonald in yellow. Wayne Monk from Queensland in the red helmet colour. And on the extreme outside in blue, the entertaining Peter Bennett. 4 of these sidecars line up now side by side. 1000cc. Great spectacular division in National Speedway. Oh, getting plenty of bumperoonie at the start there. It was Wayne Monk, the Queenslander, who got a great start. Peter Bennett also began fairly well, but Peter Selk very quickly in the white helmet colour blasts her into second spot. Well, the race leader is Wayne Monk, getting a little out of shape there as he approached turn 4 for the first time round, hence enabling Peter Selk, the flying Peter Selk, in the white helmet colour to move up a lot closer. That's where the action is in this one, as Wayne Monk, the Queenslander, makes a mistake there. Selk certainly got up on the inside of him, but once again, Wayne Monk, showing plenty of horsepower, opens up the lead. Once again, Peter Selk charges at him as they come through turn 4. That obviously is Peter Selk's favourite part of this racetrack. Onto the back straight one more time, and the Queenslander leads the event. Second is Peter Selk. That man on screen is Peter Bennett, the New South Welshman, who is rapidly improving in this form of motorsport. Race leader up the main straight for the last time. Yellow flag now on display is the Queenslander Wayne Monk. In second is Peter Selk. Now, does he have time and the horsepower to bridge the gap that this Queenslander has been able to open up? I don't think so, as Wayne Monk negotiates the bottom couple of corners for the final time. He'll see the checkered flag and win fairly convincingly. Number 1 to Queensland in this all-important fixture. Monk was first, Peter Selk second, Peter Bennett in third, all in a race time of 68.8 seconds. Next event involves the New Zealander, John Pitt, also a Queenslander, Mick Lillis. That's Mick Lillis in the blue helmet colour on the extreme outside. They'll do battle against Dennis Pobjoy, the veteran, in the red helmet colour, and Greg McKee in yellow. Keep your eyes on John Pitt, the New Zealander, in the white helmet colour. He has been sensational in the past few weeks. Hope you're enjoying the sidecars from the Gosford Showground Speedway. Tapes now release another Queenslander. Mick Lillis on the extreme outside got a good start. The wily old veteran Dennis Pobjoy went languishing there as he washed up towards the fence. Look at Pobjoy! He goes through in the centre of Greg McKee and John Pitt, but still settles down in third spot. Race leader comfortably now is Mick Lillis from Cairns. Dennis Pobjoy storms through into second spot on the racetrack, hence relegating Greg McKee back to third. That's Pobjoy on screen. Very, very experienced. So experienced, in fact, the race leader, Mick Lillis, will need to be very careful that he doesn't make mistakes, because Pobjoy will pounce given any opportunity. Lillis up the main straight one more time. In pursuit, obviously, is Dennis Pobjoy. The New Zealander, John Pitt, not as quick tonight as we've seen him in previous weeks, nonetheless doing the best he can. Pobjoy with his passenger Shane Van Ginniken are also doing their best in their quest to try and chase the race leader. Obviously, I refer to that man, Mick Lillis, who now sees the yellow flag on display. There's 1 lap to go, and I think you'll find that the Queenslander has an unassailable lead now. Mick Lillis, looking poetry in motion on this machine, keeps it all together nice and tidy as he comes off through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag, 2 wins from 2 starts for the Queenslanders. Second will be Dennis Pobjoy, and third of the checker, the New Zealander, John Pitt. A race time of 69.06 seconds. We're coming back to Gosford Speedway very, very soon. Welcome back to the Gosford Showground Speedway. Nice to have your company wherever you might be watching us. Now we move along to an event featuring some of the young stars, the stars of tomorrow. in Australian Speedway solo racing. Matthew Poole on screen, the younger brother of the very talented Mick Poole. He's in the red helmet colour. Keep your eyes on the young rider, 16 years of age, in the white helmet colour, Mark Murphy. That's him sweeping right around the outside, but it's Matthew Poole who steals the upper hand down the back straight the first time round. And already young Matthew Poole, one of Australian Speedway's real talents, opens up a very commanding break. Mark Murphy is second, and Richard Sanson now going through on the inside of Lee Finance, hence relegating Finance to the back of the pack. Race leader, though, is Matthew Poole. You're watching the battle for second and third as Matthew Poole now negotiates turns 3 and 4. And look at the style of one of Australia's rising stars. Oh, Richard Sanson in the blue helmet colour got very close to the back of the man currently in second spot, Mark Murphy, as they now swip through turns 1 and 2. They'll see the back straightaway one more time. Mark Murphy certainly has the best of that battle for the time being, but Matthew Poole in the red helmet colour giving this trio an absolute riding lesson at the moment. He's on his last lap, and check the style. He is totally in control of that machine. Matthew Poole down the back straight for the final time. The checkered flag is waiting for the flyer from Blacktown and Sydney. Matthew Poole off turn 4. He takes a well-earned win. There's poor old Richard Sanson now in second spot, struggling with the machine, and third of the checkered flag, Mark Murphy. Matt Poole first, Richard Sanson second, Mark Murphy home in third with a time of 61.84. And now the spectacular sidecars return to the circuit. Steve Summerling will ride in the blue helmet colour, Wayne Monk from Queensland in red, John Pitt in white, the New Zealand rider, and in the yellow helmet colour, Jack Robson. 4 laps the journey, 4th event on the program, and we're not far away from a start. Everything appears to be in readiness. Tapes now released on the extreme outside. Once again, the Queenslander Wayne Monk got a blinding start. The veteran Jack Robson in second spot for the time being. But Steve Summerling goes by on the outside of him with a rush, to say the very least. He now consolidates second spot on the racetrack and has his sights set on the territory of our race leader Wayne Monk, the Queenslander. Up the main straight for the first time round, and Steve Summerling, the New South Welshman in the blue helmet colour, is a man on a mission as he heads down the back straight in pursuit of Wayne Monk. That's Monk on screen, the race leader. He runs high there, and Summerling comes very quickly on the inside line. They come up the main straight almost inseparable. Monk drifts up high now, enabling Summerling to charge down on the inside line. You can see the result for yourself. It's still Wayne Monk, a marginal race leader. Steve Summerling throwing everything at him. Wayne Monk now negotiates the bottom corners, turns 3 and 4. Summerling up on the inside. He says, "Get out of my way, Wayne. I'm coming through," and gives him a whack as he goes by, just for good measure. Steve Summerling now the race leader. The last lap board has gone out. There's only a couple of corners now to negotiate. Summerling the race leader. The Queenslander coming back, but Summerling, an aggressive ride. He gets there and takes the checker. A magnificent ride, in fact. Summerling, the New South Welshman, emerging victorious. Second home was Wayne Monk, who probably thought he'd had it won. John Pitt from New Zealand third in a race time of 68.79. Plenty of aggressive riding here tonight. The sidecars never failing to entertain as we get set with the next event. Greg Griffith will ride in red, Peter Bennett in blue, John Pitt returns in white, and Grant Bond in yellow. Bond on the extreme outside in the yellow helmet colour. He'll be a hard man to stop. He's been in great form. Look at Greg Griffith, the red helmet coloured machine. He gets right up in the air. It was Grant Bond that takes the race lead first time round, though. Now he's got a problem, and that problem is called Peter Bennett in the blue helmet colour in second spot. Bennett gives it everything, so much so he overcooked it on that occasion. Pitt storms by on the outside, the New Zealand rider. Now Peter Bennett, and he drag race up the main straight. Peter Bennett, though, in second spot gets the upper hand, and now he settles down to chase the race leader, Grant Bond. That's Peter Bennett on screen, a very spectacular young rider. They're now starting to pack up like the proverbial tin of sardines as they head off turn 4 and up the main straight. They are really setting a blistering pace in this one. Race leader is Grant Bond. He's being hounded by Peter Bennett on the outside. Look at Bennett now. He goes up and almost crashes into the wall in the process. Oh, now Pitt climbing all over him. It's all happening here at Gosford Speedway. Grant Bond, the race leader, up the main straight. He'll see the yellow flag. In fact, he's seen it now, and I reckon he's hoping and praying that he gets to the checkered flag in one piece. There's been a load of action in this one. Peter Bennett should hang on for second spot. I don't think he'll catch the race leader, Grant Bond. Bennett thinks otherwise, though. He's giving it everything, but the post is too close, as they say. And it's Grant Bond taking the checkered flag. Peter Bennett home in second, followed by the New Zealander John Pitt. What a race, 69.89 seconds, and we've got more of the same coming up soon. Welcome back to the finale in this, the Clash of Champions, coming to you from the new Gosford Showground Speedway, operating every fortnight throughout the summer months as venue, and some of the action tonight has been outstanding. The final now sees Phil Rowan from Queensland riding in red, Grant Bond in blue, Peter Bennett in white, and Wayne Monk, the other Queenslander, in the yellow helmet colour. Away we go. Gee, Peter Bennett, he was rolling forward when the tapes went up. That was a perfect start for him, and the Sydney sider takes the race lead first time round. A very determined looking Phil Rowan, the reigning Queensland champion, is in second spot and storming through on the inside of Peter Bennett. Bennett won't shift his ground easily, though. He's got plenty of intestinal fortitude, I can assure you of that. Bennett runs up a little high there, hence enabling Phil Rowan in the red helmet colour to move a little bit closer. But gee, Bennett's got some horsepower in that machine. He skips away down the back straight one more time. Rowan moving oh so much closer on the inside line. They're almost side by side up the main straight. Bennett makes a mistake and runs wide. That's what the Queenslander wanted. He left the door open, and Rowan went there that quickly that Bennett almost caught pneumonia with the breeze. Race leader now is Phil Rowan, and isn't he looking good on the machine as he negotiates turn 4 up the main straight. Last lap now for Phil Rowan in the final of the Clash of Champions. Peter Bennett, one mistake has cost him this race. He's still in second spot, and there's nothing shabby about that, as the Queensland champion Phil Rowan comes off turn 4 for the final time and takes the checkered flag. He is a very, very fine rider. No doubt about the man in second spot, Peter Bennett, very, very determined. But it's been a big couple of weeks for Phil Rowan, the Queensland title last weekend, and winning the big one here tonight. Well, Phil, congratulations, outstanding riding.
Yeah, look, thanks very much. It wasn't very easy, and of course we were sweating at the line because there was a late comer to the gate. Our fuel tank was split, and like we only had a couple of moments left, and I reckon less than a lap we would have run out of fuel for sure.
Obviously well worth the trip down from Queensland.
Oh, definitely. We weren't sure what to expect, but it's turned out to be a great night, and we'll certainly be back.
Phil Rowan, understandably very happy, taking home the trophy in the 1993 Clash of Champions in the mighty sidecar ranks. We look forward to your company next time round on Castrol Speed Machine.